What is going on, everybody? It is Alex coming back at you with another video. And today we are going to be finishing off the AFC South with the Tennessee Titans 7-round mock draft. So if you guys like mock drafts, if you guys like the Titans, welcome to your channel. So I do a mock drafts almost every single day. And then in the offseason, I'm going to be doing another one of these when everything is finalized and when more tape is watched. And if you guys want to contribute, go down to the Discord, Twitter, Instagram. We got all those links down in the description because we are going to be doing fan mocks as well. So, of course, feel free to join the community, like, comment, subscribing. You know all that stuff. Let's look at the team. So, at number, got to start off great, right? So, let's look at the wide receiver position. Julio Jones is it's an interesting, touchy topic because he's never available. And he hasn't been for a very long time. It's very unfortunate because as a player without those health issues, he's arguably Megatron-esque. Like he has the size, speed, or route running. He has everything that you could want except for the health issues. And that has been a very big downfall of his entire career over the past 5 or so years. So yeah, I mean, I hope that Julio can get his health back in order because sending a second-round pick for him, it's a little bit tough. AJ Brown, stud. I hope to God he gets a shit ton of money because he deserves it. Then besides that, I mean, we're not looking too hot, guys. We're not looking too hot. You know, Des Fitzpatrick was, I think, a 4th-round pick who got signed to the practice squad. Not looking good. Racey McMath ran a 4.38 or something like that. I mean, he has some speed. He was my lowest wide receiver in last year's class. So we're not looking good there. Obviously, quarterback wise, we're not even going to talk about it. Tannehill he's a solid quarterback. I just don't think that he brings much oomph to the table. And I don't think many people would disagree with that. I think that going after a quarterback wouldn't be out of the question in this draft, but it will be for our sake. Just again, something that I would really consider there, running back, we got the king himself. As long as he stays healthy, he'll be fine. We don't really need to go much past that. Tight end wise, we're pretty bad. We're pretty bad. Ferkser was like our only hope, and I'm really not I'm not that high on him. And if I'm not mistaken, you got Miller Forrestall in the draft a couple years ago, and he's not here anymore. So that's not good. Might have even been last year. So that's really not good. We don't have Jack at tight end. I'm going to pray that we can get one this draft, and I know that based on the TDN draft board, we're going to. Tackle-wise, you got Dylan Radunes. I think he made his first start, and if I'm not mistaken, he didn't do too hot, but I think it was against Nick Bosa. So we'll give him some time because I really like Dylan Radunes. I think that he has a lot to offer to this team, and I'm just praying he continues to develop there. But that right tackle situation, Kendall Lamb is not a guy who I'd ever want to start. I mean, if you're paying a tackle 3.4 a year, that means he's a backup, right? Like we're having Bobby Hart get paid $8 million a year, right? So not this team, but in general. So Dylan Radunes is probably the saving grace of this team. Taylor Lewan has just not been himself. Hopefully he can refine himself, but I'm not going to rule out going after a tackle in this class. I won't. Taylor Lewan's just been pretty awful. And you know, sometimes age catches up with you. Sometimes it's earlier than others. You can have people like Joe Thomas that last forever. Sometimes you have Taylor Lewan who is just not doing too hot. That being said, he could still return to his old form. Hopefully he does because I really liked Taylor Lewan for a long time. Guard-wise, Saffold, Davis, solid players. I don't think Saffold has much more to his career than this next contract because, again, he's going to be 34 at the end of it. He's probably going to be on the verge of 35. I don't know his birthday. Not going to be that in depth on it, but he's going to be older. He doesn't have much more room to reach a ceiling, and it's going to start falling tremendously. Nate Davis obviously provides something for them, but again, another contract they're going to have to get to. So that is that. And then I think Ben Jones is a center here. Yeah, up for a contract this year as well. It's not looking too good. Not looking too good on the offense, but let's check that secondary on that defense and continue working down. Matthias Farley for a contract this year, not great. Amani Hooker, someone who I really liked, and he's been a pretty solid safety. So, woo. But again, I don't know if I would say I feel comfortable. Kevin Byard signed a nice contract. I'm very happy that y'all did that. That's a good thing to do. Besides that, you guys probably need some extra safety help. Corner room. Yeah, this corner room was demolished and then rebuilt very quickly. We got Elijah Molden, Caleb Farley, Christian Fulton. It's a good core as long as Caleb can stay healthy. Jack Rabbit, I mean, I'm not going to be drafting a corner to this team round one. I just don't think that that's much of a need at this point. Because again, you have your depth and you have your veteran here, and you have guys, as long as Caleb stays healthy, which has not been the case over the past couple of years, you might have a chance. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried, but not to the point where I'm going to be going out of my way unless the value is great. So linebacker wise, you look at the outside linebackers here. Bud Dupree's your pass rusher. He's an edge, and you guys paid him a lot of money. I was heavily against it, but you do you. You got Rashaan Evans here as well as Harold Landry. Those are the two big guys who are going to be leaving, right? So that is going to be a primary focus of mine. I know some people are saying David Long and Monty Rice are doing a very good job. Jayon Brown also up for a contract, guys. I honestly, it's not looking good. The contract situation is very suspect. So Zach Cunningham, luckily, is on a large contract. I'm not really sure if he deserves it, but with the lack of linebackers on contracts extending past this year, not too happy about that. Because again, David Long is only under contract till 2023 as well. It's not like he's going to be here for a long time. So I do think people like to go get on my ass about going linebacker. It's a legit thing. Like David Long, I don't know if you guys want to be spending this amount, 14 and a half a year for David Long. I don't think he's worth it. But you got Monty Rice here and you got Zach Cunningham. Okay. You got to get some more besides that, because you have pretty much three guys who are going to be impact players in that linebacking group. I think that is a position that I will target. And that's why I do this, to make sure that I know the full roster and the contract situation, to be able to go from there and be able to target certain players. Then defensive front, Jeffrey Simmons is an absolute freaking monster. Besides him, I think that I don't really think there's going to be much need for anybody else, because again, it's more of that nose situation. Again, if you have Bud Dupree as an outside linebacker, it kind of shows what type of defense you're in. Defensive end wise, Danico Autry, I thought that was an excellent signing. Rashad Weaver, a guy when he's healthy, will be a very good addition to the team. We could definitely get somebody to be a defensive end on this team, though. I wouldn't put that out of the question. So that is the team. So for me personally, I'd be looking at linebacker. I'd be looking at a defensive end. So maybe even Josh Pascal, someone who could work in a sub package as well on the outside. I really like what Josh Pascal could bring to the team, even though he'll probably be taken before even our third round pick. So a little iffy there. So yeah, linebacker, defensive end 4-3-4, as well as you could look at corner, but I think wide receiver is a huge one. Wide receiver might be the place I go to in the first. Is that or linebacker? I think those are our big positions to tackle. A tight end as well. That's going to need some work. So I think we might go after like two wide receivers, tight end, and then you could go after offensive line, so like guard and stuff. So let's kick into the draft. Ain't no need to go any further in depth. And again, if you guys are new to the series, we're not going to take these trades that they're going to be offering. It's just not very realistic to get some of the trade offers, for one, but two, it's just going to be different every single time, makes things hyper complicated. So let's just, wow, Trey McBride at 16. Whoa. Okay. So that caught me off guard. It just makes things hyper complicated, and it's not worth it. So we very well might have a very good offer on the table for guys to take. Ooh, two of the guys I was going to take are now off the board. That sucks. So I'm looking at this position here, and we don't have a second round pick. So we're going to have to basically go pray for Jalen Tolbert or Wandale to come down, or we can go after somebody maybe like Brandon Smith, Chad Muma, Damone Clark to be there in the third. I think that's a better option given how we do have guys who are in that linebacking room. I think a true wide receiver is the right thing to do. Drake London's here. He is arguably the best wide receiver in this entire class. Just the injury has pushed him down a little bit. This guy's an absolute stud. I think he's a round one lock, 6'5". You guys brought on Josh Reynolds at the beginning of the year. Obviously, he's no longer on the team. he was kind of that piece that you're looking for to work in the slot. And I think Drake London has that slot versatility. He can work on the outside, and he's just another guy who's great after the catch. Him and AJ Brown and Julio Jones is a killer trio. And that's exactly where I'm going with this pick. Yeah, I think that wide receiver should be some like a heavy position to target. The depth is really not good in this class. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, guys. It's really not good. I'm finally happy that they put a nice Smith at wide receiver. He's been at running back the whole time. It's stupid. But yeah, just the wide receiver class is not good. If Sky Moore were in here, I don't think he is. We could see. Yeah, so Sky Moore is not in here. Then that could make things interesting. But I don't really think so. So let's pray that a linebacker's there for us in the second or in the third, since we traded our second rounder to the Falcons. I think that's our pick actually right there, which they took the guy who I might have taken, Josh Pascal. So there you go. But I mean, is it worth it? We'll see. I don't think it was. It was definitely worth taking a shot on. Just the price tag is a little bit much. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the draft isn't over. We'll see how much we screwed ourselves over at this one. No, my boy Chad. Oh, I love Chad Muma. That guy's I love that guy. No, and Brandon Smith just went. Oh, I mean, there's still Darian Beavers, and I think he's very talented. But yeah, I think I might go Darian Beavers here because tight end wise, we could probably get Charlie Cole or Greg Dulcich later on. I feel pretty confident about that. Oh, Darian Beavers is I have him worth an early third, right? He is, you look at him, excellent size. He's a very solid athlete, very good in coverage and zone coverage as well. Somebody who I think would be a pretty solid addition to this team. It's the third round. I think that you get guys who are very valuable that fall. We can look at other positions. Again, Jeremy Rooker is here. That'd be a fun one, but I'm not a huge fan of drafting tight end right now when I know the value later is a lot better than the linebacker later. We're going to go Darian Beavers here. I mean, he just has some solid coverage ability. He's basically a very solid overall linebacker. And I have a full spreadsheet for this. I'm going to be putting up probably that for some premium people, but we'll see about that. That's definitely TBD. We'll see what happens. That's going to be a fun one. We'll see, because that's going to be a development over the off season for sure. But we'll see who falls. We're pretending that Jaleel Billingsley and Josh Wiley are not coming out to the draft. Fortunately, the rest of this thing doesn't, but because I have a pretty damn high confidence that Jaleel is going to say, no, I'm not going to be coming out. It just doesn't make any sense. But at 131, I think tight end is the right move. I'm going to go Greg Dulcich here. We could look at other positions as well. Again, we could look at developmental offensive linemen. You know, if there were my boy here, where is he? He's out of Tulsa. Tyler Smith. I love that guy. First rounder for me. I love him to death. But we're going to go tight end here. It is a big need for this team. Greg Dulcich should not be falling much farther than the fourth. Pretty sure we might have 2 fourths and then 2 sixths, but we do not have a 7th rounder this year. So we're going to make the most of it. All right. I think with this one, Sam Williams is here. He's a little bit, I don't know if I could put him at the position that we want to put him at, but we're going to do it anyways. I think that, oh man, he's so good. Is there any, Haskell Garrett's here though. I think he fits a little bit better as that 3-4 defensive end that can bring some pressure. It's not really realistic to expect Sam Williams to be there. He had a sexual assault charge put on him in April of 2020, but all charges were dropped. So I guess that's a positive thing for him. Haskell Garrett is somebody who is very athletic and he's very good from the interior. Had a 25% pass rush win rate about halfway through last year. Haven't checked on it since, but he's shown that he has the traits to be able to be an excellent pass rusher. That's exactly what you're looking for. Him right next to, what's his name? Danico Autry. I didn't even need to check. Him and Danico Autry would be a nice pairing. If we get Boyamaf, it would have been fun. I have a weird feeling I'm going to draft him quite a bit. This team could use a quarterback, though. Bailey Zapp is on the board. We are in round 5. We're going to be taking him. Bailey Zapp out of Western Kentucky, a guy who has a shit ton of potential. If you want to comment that you don't like Bailey Zapp to this team, then I don't know what to tell you. This guy has a ton of potential. He's going to be perfect to sit for 1 or 2 years. You have him for a 5th round pick. Just take him. Just take him. I think he's about a third rounder on my books, so I think that I would be pretty damn happy with him. Now, looking at the final picks, because I think we have 2 this round, I'm probably going to want to look at that edge group and go after someone like Michael Clemens here out of Texas A&M. I really do like him. Like he's shown like he's had like a 4-sack game or something like that. Definitely someone who's really good. He's climbed up my board. So he's a guy who I think I'm going to take here. I think his value is excellent in the 6th. And for the next pick, I think wide receiver wouldn't be a bad idea. You got Charleston Rambo here, and he's like a little toothpick, right? He's definitely not 185. This guy, he literally is a damn toothpick. He looks like a toothpick. But I think that going after somebody of that caliber is the right thing to do. You know, this team has tried to emphasize some speed, and Rambo has it. He's a very good route runner, very good guy to track the ball downfield. I think that might be the best move right now, making sure that we're not missing out on any really good talents. Again, I'm not going to continue drafting my boy Riley Moss to every team. I think that might be the right move. So let me know what you guys think about that. But Charleston Rambo is going to be it for me. I did not realize Velus Jones Jr., he would have been my guy to draft for this team. I thought that he was just going to be class of 2017, 2018 type of guy. No, he's a class of like 2015 or 16. He's old. I'm like, oh my goodness. So that kind of sucks. I thought he was honestly younger, which would have made me a lot happier. But, you know, right now we look at the draft because it's going to take a minute to finish up. And we are going to be doing a great job here. So you got Charleston Rambo out of Miami, which is going to be a solid depth player. You need the depth for wide receivers. I don't know why I started out right there rather than at the pick 1. So for our first round pick, right, we got Drake London. He's a stud. He's going to be probably one of the best wide receivers on our team. You got Darian Beavers. He's going to be a starting caliber linebacker. Greg Dulcich, our number 1 tight end. We're getting in the 3rd round. Oh, no, we got in the 4th round. Haskell Garrett. He's going to start for the team as well. Zappy very well might be starting for us in the future. Clemens, really good edge presence to be able to develop there. And Charleston Rambo, another big player. So let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the far side. Peace.